Okay guys, it is Saturday, so it is obviously time for my 8 minutes of randomness video. I spent pretty much the entire day after I came home reading this from pretty much almost the beginning to end. I read the first couple chapters the other day, but I decided that I can finally read through it because it's spring break. So, the reason I want to talk about this tonight is because of the fact that if you follow anything on my channel, you know that I'm vlogging for 40 days because of Lent, and that I'm sharing my story about my ex-girlfriend who I had met back in '09. And if you're following those vlogs and you're watching this, please stop watching right now, because I'm going to spoil something that I don't want anyone watching those vlogs to see. But you can kind of see a little bit of a couple of tears falling down my face. Is because reading this book brought me back to like the highs and the lows of going out with my girlfriend, and especially getting to the part when, if you haven't read the book, definitely stop too, because I'm going to spoil something else. The part where you find out that Thus Passes Away killed me because of the fact that Hazel got to say goodbye, got to do her eulogy. And I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to compare my relationship with her to this book, but the thing about it, and why I said that you should definitely not watch this if you're following my vlogs, is the fact that unlike Hazel and Gus, I never got to say goodbye to my girlfriend. I didn't even get to say goodbye to my dad when he passed a year before. But at least I went to his funeral. The thing about it is that I didn't get to go to Naomi's funeral. And yes, I did say her real name. The thing about it is, after we broken up, she moved back to Georgia, and I had heard from a friend that she had passed, and definitely part of me wanted to go, but I didn't have money, and I had never met her parents. She was down here studying, and obviously, with that being said, then obviously I can't have met them if they weren't here. But I definitely wanted to go, and just comparing that story, comparing my own life to that book is just, well, I don't want to say that because I don't, but yeah, reading that, because obviously I don't have any kind of incurable disease or something, neither did she, but it just really showed me that, it just reminded me how precious life is, how I definitely don't try not to take things for granted anymore, especially after that. It's definitely a good book. I really recommend it. And if you're still watching this and you know me, shit, I'll let you borrow it if you want to read it. I even have 2 copies. Um, but yeah, I really, you can really tell when a book gets to you because of the fact that you read it nonstop. That you are like, you keep going. That you don't stop at a certain point because you want to find out how the story ends. And that definitely happened with this. I was actually only planning to read a little bit. I was planning to read it throughout the week, but as I kept reading, I kept wanting to read more and more, and that's just something that gets to me, something that reminds me not only of the bad stuff, like the whole falling out between me and Naomi, but on a positive note, it does remind me of why I write, why I love writing and reading, because of the fact that it does help. It does that writing something you can play. I don't want to say play. You can fickle with people's emotions in the sense that a good book. In a good book, I've heard this quote before, that in a good book the author makes you, controls you, basically makes you want to go on whether you like it or not. And that's something that, I know it sounds a little conceited, but it's something I've to an extent wanted to do with writing, and may end up doing someday. I know doing this for 8 minutes, even though it is a web series, I've never not wanted to write a book anymore. I am definitely intending on doing something, even if it isn't 8 minutes. And yeah, I know this sounded like really like I just babbled on or something, but I just wanted to talk about the book and how it pertained to what I'm doing in my vlogs. Maybe not with 8 minutes, but obviously all these things that I'm doing especially on Saturday are never always they never pertain to 8 minutes all the time. Sometimes I'll do something, and this is what I wanted to go off on today. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll definitely have more stuff planned out later. See ya.